Well, we were literally talking about breaking somebody's leg.
Oh, yeah, Adam Bradley. He's a multiple-time world champion. I put him in a position where he needed to do some certain things to not get broken off, and he did the wrong things. And he tried to claim it was an accident. It was a big controversy on the PGF. They did the whole episode was about me and our beef, together, because he was claiming that it was bullshit, and I just started calling him a bitch, and we just started all this drama. It was super, super good.
Yo, it's your boy Phil Wham Bam Benamino, and it's another Wham Bam Wednesday. You know, the show about ordinary people who have done extraordinary things. And as always, we're going to ask, please subscribe, baby. Click the link below. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the alert button. Get all of our alerts. We want to hear your comments. Put comments down. Let us know what's going on, what you like. Let us know what you don't like, because we got so many cool-ass guests here, and today is no different. We have one of the biggest sought-out grapplers in the world today. We got Eli Carlton in the house. How are you, Eli?
What's up, man? How are you?
Good, man. Good. Thanks so much for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having me here. This place is dope.
Yeah, it's cool. I got all these belts here and stuff. We got to go through these belts, man, a little bit. Especially the one here I'm carrying, the High Roller BJJ. Okay, is that blowjob? What is that? What is that? No.
Brazilian Jiu Jitsu.
Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, of course. Well, I gotta ask because I got marijuana on this belt. What is this?
Yeah,
did you guys have to go smoke dope or something? What'd you have to do?
I think some of the first events that they ever did, they actually required you to smoke.
Really?
So you had to smoke with your opponent, like the person you were facing. But they kind of got away from that pretty quickly.
Are you serious?
It was just Cannabis. Themed jiu-jitsu tournament, it was started by Wiz Khalifa and his bodyguard, this dude named Lonnie. And so they still do some shows. They haven't been doing as many, but they just go all over and get a bunch of weed sponsors, and then everybody just shows up and gets high and competes, and and they give out prizes and weed and stuff. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Did you win?
3 times.
I mean, you got this belt, so I'm guessing you won.
I was the brown belt absolute champion.
So how much money did they give you?
2 years.
How much money did they give you? Because there's a lot of money in weed, man.
Not a lot, honestly. They didn't give me much at all.
Really? So what'd they give you?
They gave me a pound of weed.
They gave you a pound of weed. That was
the first time I competed for them and won the belt initially. That's what they gave me, was a pound of weed. Yeah,
that's hysterical.
I sold it to somebody in the crowd for $400.
Did you?
Right after the show. Not at all, man. I was hoping it was going to be a really nice pound of weed, which is what they kind of advertised as what it was, is that it was going to be a really nice indoor pound of California cannabis, but it wasn't. It was some shitty outdoor weed.
Dirt weed, man. They just threw it in the bag.
Yeah, and I had to pay a lot of money to get into the tournament, and I was planning on literally bringing the pound of weed back with me here to sell it and make $3,500 off of it to pay my trip and all that stuff.
How would that have been though, man? Here you are, you're trying to sell it because you're trying to just earn money, and you end up fucking in jail because of it.
I mean, I've been doing it my entire life. I've been doing crazy shit and just getting by to be able to train jiu-jitsu and just do what I want,
Right. Well, you do have a different style, and I've been looking you up a little bit now. So grappling is, it's a whole different sport. It's a whole different game. So let's talk a little bit about it. Tell the viewers a little bit about Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, how you got started, and a little bit about, the whole way you train and stuff with it.
Yeah, man. Honestly, I just started watching UFC with my friends when I was 11, 12, 13 years old, and we just we some gloves and started beating the shit out of each other. And that eventually turned into us doing a lot more jiu-jitsu. So we were just we would put the gloves on and strike a little bit and strike on the ground, but mostly we were just doing jiu-jitsu and learning from watching UFC. I don't even think there was any jiu-jitsu on YouTube at that point.
Right,
there wasn't any. You couldn't just find a channel and find some dude teaching jiu-jitsu on YouTube. You were watching UFC or watching WEC or something like that. And so then one of my older brothers, he got into it because our high school resource officer, Stacy Meeks, and Matt Harris.
Oh yeah, Matt was actually on our pod a few weeks ago.
Yeah. And they were doing jiu-jitsu together. They were literally training in bathrooms, wherever they could. Literally, there was at one point where they were laying mats down in a bathroom at a recreation center, because that was the only space they could find to put some mats down and train at consistently indoors.
Right.
they were just all over the place. And
That's loving the game right there, the sport.
Yeah,
For sure.
absolutely. And so Stacy Meeks and Matt Harris just kind of took me under their wing when I was pretty young. And so did that for several years and then kind of got away from it and was smoking a lot of weed and doing a lot of rock climbing and doing other shit. And I'd actually opened a business with my buddy. I was running a vape shop for a little bit. And
were you running a vape shop or just vaping in the vape shop?
I was doing a lot of vaping in the vape shop.
Yeah. Getting paid to play, as you say.
Yeah, for sure. Those fun times, man. Shout out to my boy Ray Lee. Me and him ran that vape shop for a couple years. Some of the most fun times of my life. But back to the story. Stacy and Matt opened a gym up across the street from my business that I was running with my buddy, and I hadn't seen them in a couple years. And I didn't even know it was them. I just seen a sign go up that said jiu-jitsu. So I walked over there one day and it was them. And I was like, holy shit, y'all actually have like an actual place and a gym started. And they were training in the gi. And I didn't even know what the gi was. I thought they were doing karate when I walked in. I was like, why are y'all doing karate?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Let's do jiu-jitsu. But no. And then I kind of got back into it and I was older at that point. Because when I started with them, I was 13, 14. And then quit for a little bit and came back to it when I was probably 18 or 19. And I wasn't a little kid anymore. I had been rock climbing, and I grew up and matured and gotten strong, and then just kind of dove headfirst into it after that.
Yeah.
So kind of came back and just like rekindled the fire with it, and really dove into it.
Well, you know, Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, obviously, it's on every corner now. Like, it's out there, right? People are constantly, with the UFC, it's gotten so big. But, you know, you do have different kinds of art as well with Muay Thai and, you know, karate, like you said. Tell us a little bit about the belts and the rankings and stuff. Like, what do you rank? You a black belt?
Yeah, I'm a black belt.
Okay.
It goes white, blue, purple, brown, black. And in some cases, which is really rare, like in the gi, they might even hand out, like, orange or green belts to adults sometimes, but it's not very common.
How do you earn the belt? So let me ask you something. If I'm competing, let's just say I'm a white belt, you're a black belt, and I beat you. Do I automatically become a black belt?
No.
I should, though, right?
I mean,
why shouldn't I? I should steal your belt.
Theoretically, yeah. I mean, that should make sense. But
yeah.
You know, belts aren't. Everybody has different standards for belts. You know, like there's no universal standard for like giving somebody a belt. Everybody's just going to be different, and everybody has different journeys. You know, you have hobbyists that are just there to do it once a week or something like that, and they're just everyday guys. You know, everyday people that just have families and jobs and stuff. And then you have your athletes and stuff. So everybody has different standards. You kind of hold over them, you know?
Yeah.
I'm not going to keep my hobbyist, like 50-year-old dad. I'm not going to hold him to the same standard. I'm going to hold like my 22-year-old competing blue belt. You know what I mean?
I mean, I understand that. I mean, obviously, is there weight divisions and stuff?
Yeah, absolutely.
So you're competing against people your size.
Yeah.
So it's not like the little guy going against the big guy back in the day.
They do have that. They do have lots of divisions where they do like any weight class. Yeah.
Really?
That belt right there isn't open. This belt right here.
Yeah, but this one here, you got to
open.
be high to get in that.
You gotta be high and kind of down for that one. But
What about the belt there? Tell us a little about those tournaments.
This is my buddy Josh LeDuc's tournament down in Florida, Zapatero. He's been running it for a long time, probably close to 10 years now. Gordon Ryan, best pound for pound grappler of all time.
Gordon made his name there, right?
He made his name here. Josh put a Burger King crown on his head after he won one of the absolutes. It was like really stacked. Had a lot of like the best no-gi guys in the world at that time.
He's such a cool dude, man. I got to meet Gordon down there. I won a UFC fight.
Nice.
Obviously, he's working with John Jones and training him, and super really down to earth guy.
Yeah, he's the best in the world for a reason. He's on point.
Yeah, you know? He's a bad man.
Yeah, he is. John Jones is training with him. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
Obviously, John Jones sees how valuable he is.
Right.
And his team. You know, Donaher, those guys.
So how many people are competing in these tournaments? Obviously, you got that. You got the PGF as well, professional belt. I mean, these are belts, man. And these are only a few that you brought today. You said you had many. And obviously, and just for the viewers to know, you are actually going on the Ultimate Grappler that's by the UFC. It's going to be the first. It's kind of like the Ultimate Fighter series.
Yeah.
But they're doing an Ultimate Grappler series, right, with Dana White and them.
Yeah, it's going to be really sick. They just called me up a few weeks ago, and I made it through several screening processes that they had. I guess I don't know how many invites they sent, but I know they did several processes and interviews, and I made it through the whole thing, and I flew out in a couple of weeks.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you, man. It's going to be really big. They're gonna treat us really well out there, and it's going to be a lot of exposure for me.
Yeah.
And hopefully I'm going to end up with a contract. You know, I'm hearing rumors that it's not just going to be obviously, because they're trying to start a league, and they need probably 15, 20 plus grapplers in each weight class to have a league. You know, if they're trying to put on cards consistently all the time. So it's not just the winner of the Ultimate Grappler that's probably going to get a contract. Obviously, they're going to get the belt and be the world champ, but they're going to be handing out multiple contracts and looking to just hand out contracts all over the place to people all over the world, I assume. Mm-hmm. So to fill those weight classes and fill the league, you know. So they have a pretty good shot at just like becoming of getting signed by the UFC and actually being a UFC athlete.
Right, that's awesome. Tell me a little about how that works as far as the competition goes. Is it one tap out and you win? It's all over, or is it by points?
They're doing theirs just like they're doing an MMA fight. So it'll be 3 5-minute rounds. I don't know if they'll do championship bouts like 5-minute rounds, but I know all the bouts at the moment are going to be 3 5-minute rounds. Judged just like an MMA fight. So it'll be like 10-9, 10-8 criteria, stuff like that. Their criteria, like top of the list, is going to be submission attempts, and then positional control, and then aggressiveness.
Gotcha. But there's no striking or anything like that.
No
right?
striking.
So
no.
you can't strike. You're not going to get hit. You got to go over. Now, do you start down? Do you start in a certain position?
You start standing. Yeah.
So I noticed, some of your, strategic moves.
Yeah.
You happen to like to get right down to the ground, man, and grab that quick ankle.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense to waste much time, like especially in like a lot of the rule sets that I do, like PGF right here. That's a week-long tournament that you're gonna have 12 matches in, and you're gonna have 3 matches a night for 4 nights, and that's brutal. I don't know if you like. That's just not. That's not something that anybody's used to. I've done every season of the PGF except for one, and there's been 7 seasons. It's a lot of matches, and it's a lot of wear and tear on your body.
Yeah.
So it's like going into these matches, the strategy is conserve as much energy as possible. It's like I have 12 matches during the week, and then I might have another 3 if I'm in the finale. If I get to the finals, I'm going to have another 3, and it's like that's a lot on your body. And going out there and wrestling with these guys for 6 minutes and just wearing yourself out on the feet, when it doesn't matter if I take you down or you take me down, we're going to end up in that same position anyway. It's like if I just sit down, I'm just speeding up the process of us actually doing jiu-jitsu. Like, we're not wrestling. Like, this isn't about like who can wrestle better. If you wanted to see who could wrestle better, you go fucking wrestle in a wrestling tournament. You know what I mean?
Right.
This is jiu-jitsu. So it's like, it doesn't make any sense to me when people look at that approach and it's like I've had a bunch of videos go viral here recently of like I did a quintet, and a quintet is 5-on-5. It's a team versus team tournament, and if I'm the first person out from my team, if I win, I stay up, right? So I eliminated the whole first team that we faced. There were like 6 teams in this tournament we did a couple weekends ago. I did it with my team, 10 Planet Atlanta. So me, Ryan Aiken, Kevin Beering, and a couple other dudes. But the first team we faced, I went out there first, and I took out all 5 people.
So it's one at a time, like mano to mano, but one at a time.
I finished most of the guys in under like 10 seconds. Wow. Like I had 4 submissions in under 10 seconds, and one dude lasted like.
So the other 4, you're like, just go have a beer or something, man. Relax, I got this.
Yeah, and so I conserved like a bunch of energy. I could have had 5. I think they were 8-minute matches. I could have had 5 8-minute matches and just absolutely wore myself out. I didn't have to grapple again that day because my team ended up taking care of the other 3 teams, because I got put on the back of the list after that, since I was up first. Once I go like the next round, I have to go last.
Gotcha.
Right. So I never had to grapple again. We had 2 more teams to face. I conserved energy for myself. If I would have had to gone again, well, now I didn't. I literally only had 2 minutes and like 15 seconds of mat time in 5 matches. I conserved energy for me, and I conserved energy for my team. Like, they didn't even have to step in. You know, it doesn't make sense for me to stand up and wrestle with these people.
Sure.
But This UFC thing is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be 3 5-minute rounds. So it's like you're going to see me do some wrestling and stuff like that. But in situations where it really benefits me to just speed up the process, that's what I'm going to do every time.
What weight class you gonna go?
This is 170 for the UFC, but
Now,
I'll
is there a
do
benefit?
anything above 170. I don't like cutting to anything. Like I can't really make anything below 170, and 170 is not a bad cut for me.
I was wondering, is there a benefit to going smaller? Like, obviously, when you're fighting in the UFC, there's a huge benefit because you can pack on an extra 20 pounds the night before the fight, and you're a lot stronger and bigger, and then it makes a difference, right?
For sure. And
does that matter
and
with technique in Brazilian Jiu Jitsu?
Absolutely, it matters, and everybody's doing it too. So it's like everybody's going to have that advantage. And if you don't, I mean, look at the people who like don't really cut weight and how much smaller they are, like compared to the people in their weight class, like Israel Adesanya, so small for an 85er. You know what I mean? Like, it's just how it is. If you want that competitive edge, you're going to cut a little bit of weight, and I don't most of the time. Like, I'll only cut to 170, and I walk around 185. That's a really, really, really easy cut for me.
All right.
You know, I can just kind of get light and get to 180 week of, and honestly, I wouldn't even have to do that. It's just not a hard cut for me. You know.
Gotcha. What's your training like, man? How do you get yourself prepared for these things? Do you have a camp? How long of a camp do you typically run, or is it just boom day to day?
I've never been a camp type of person, man. I just
all
train, you know, like but I'm doing a camp for this UFC thing. Hasn't been. I didn't get.
So
much.
that'll be a little different than just being on the show alone, because they're gonna, I'm sure, have practices daily and so forth.
We're gonna be out there for 6 days before we even compete. But I'll have 2 matches if I win my first, but I'm guaranteed a first. Both of those matches are on the same day though. So like I'll cut my weight I get there on the 20th and we start shooting the show. I won't compete until the 27th. I have to make my weight on the 26th, and both of those matches will be on the 27th. So and I'll be at the UFC PI. I'll be able to do all my weight cutting there, and
That's a great facility.
It's a wonderful facility.
It's like
Finney,
I had the ability to go there with Finney.
yeah, Finney took me out there last time I was out there, and I went another time with some other people. But really nice fucking facility, man.
Now my question is
I'm excited about it.
Being in Las Vegas, are you gonna be high when you go to the show?
Like smoking weed?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. I'm pretty much high every day, all day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That's part of the
it
ammo?
keeps me mellow and keeps me not as social. It keeps me like focused for sure.
Gotcha. So that's kind of your little superhuman, you know, your Superman formula for yourself, huh?
If I'm trying to like lock in, yeah, for sure.
So have you ever been tapped out? Have you ever been?
Oh, of course, yeah.
Yeah. So you've lost 2. I'm guessing they're all black belts. I'm guessing it's going to be there on the show.
No, I wouldn't. I don't think they're all black belts. I'm sure there's probably a couple that might be browns.
Yeah.
Maybe no purples, but there's world class people. There's world class grapplers like all over the world that aren't black belts.
Yeah.
You know, I just got my black belt 2 years ago, and I mean, when I was a blue belt, I was beating black belts. You know, it's like it's pretty common in.
But see, that's why I think if you're a blue belt and you beat a black belt, you should automatically be a black belt.
I don't think belts should exist, man.
I think,
really don't.
But I'm saying, it's like if you're a champion and you beat the champion, you get a champion belt. It's the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I beat you. I'm taking your belt.
That
That's
isn't
just the way it should
necessarily
be.
like relate.
could've killed
It
you.
doesn't necessarily relate to skill though in the art. You know, like when we're talking about practicing the art and understanding it and knowing it, you might just be physically more dominating than that person, and have a bunch of weight on them. You know, it's like it's different. You know?
All right. So what happens when you break somebody? Meaning, I think you broke somebody's leg once.
Yeah, I broke this dude's leg. He'll argue and say that he broke his own leg, but he's fucking retarded.
What?
Yeah, his did you what like? I don't know if you can pull it up. Can you pull it up?
We'll definitely pull it up. We're definitely going to show the clip, man. We'll
stuff, but,
definitely fly this. Take a look at
the
it.
PGF. This last season, season 7, I was way underweight for. I walked in 174 pounds, like soaking wet. It was the 205 season that my teammate, shout out Ryan Aiken, he won. Absolutely flawless. I think he subbed everybody he went against except for one person. Maybe 1 or 2 people he didn't sub all season during the regular season. But he's just a man. He absolutely dominated. But did the 205 season. This dude named Adam Bradley, also a really big name in the sport. Like he trains with some of the best guys. Like he's out of Legion and trains with B Team here and there. Multiple time world champion in IBJJF, which is like the most like prestigious jiu-jitsu tournament on the planet, whatever. I've never done an IBJJF event in my life. Like never. I've only done like smaller, like weirder stuff. Like I've done like this high rollers tournament. PGF, I did the first season of it. It started in Decatur, Alabama. Brandon McCatherine started. Now it's one of the biggest promotions on the planet. And I won the first season of it. I technically won the third season of it. Didn't really, but won the fifth season of it. I've been with it the whole time, you know.
That's cool.
Where was I even going? What were we talking about?
Well, we were literally talking about breaking somebody's leg.
Oh yeah, Adam Bradley. But yeah, I did the 205 season. Adam Bradley, he's a multiple time world champion. I put him in a position where he needed to do some certain things to not get broken off, and he did the wrong things. And he tried to claim it was an accident. It was a big controversy on the PGF. They do a documentary like after every season of the PGF, and it's each episode is each individual day of the PGF, and I think that was day 2 or day 3. It was day 2 of the PGF actually, and the whole episode was about me and our beef, like together, because he was claiming that it was bullshit, and I just started calling him a bitch, and we just started all this drama. It was super super good, but you should definitely pull it up, check it out.
For sure.
I had him in a 50-50. I don't know if you watched the fights the last weekend with Sandhagen and Figgy. Did you see what happened there with the 50-50 Nithe? It was a very similar situation. Not exactly the same, but that would be like Figgy claiming that Corey didn't beat him, that Figgy beat himself or something like that. It would be ridiculous.
Sure. But calling out saying I broke my own leg is kind of, you know.
Yeah, he's retarded.
Well, I like the fact that he did try to continue afterwards.
He did try to continue.
And you're like, no, man, he can't even stand up.
He couldn't even stand up. And then like when they were interviewing him the next day, and like going back to the clip, and you can see it in the documentary, they did a really good job. It was quite funny. He was talking about how now that he thinks about it, he should have kept going. Because I just started talking shit, and then it pans over to him like being helped off the mat, like he can't walk. It's just so funny, so funny.
Now, will you meet up with him again?
That dude will never face me again in his life. No, he's a pussy.
What would happen if he's on the Ultimate Grappler?
He had fucking 40.
Maybe Dana brings him in just for the rivalry.
He can't, dude. I mean, they didn't bring me in to the UFC because I have credentials. Like none of these are awesome credentials. Like this isn't awesome. This isn't a very awesome. What do you mean? You got a pound of weed on this one? That's not a very awesome credential. This is probably my biggest credentials that I've won the PGF several times. Yeah. And
well, you have a
people
unique
are still
style.
calling this bullshit. Like Adam Bradley, he calls this bullshit. He says he got invited to the PGF, got broke off by me the second day there out of 4 or 5 days, and he's still talking shit online saying that there's only scrubs competing for the PGF. But I don't have all these credentials. UFC didn't call me because I'm a world champion. I'm not a world champion, except for PGF. But it's not like the seasons I won, like it wasn't on that level yet. Like it was like they were bringing in like really good talent. Are you capable
of being a world champion?
I've beat several world champions. Like I think I'm one of the best grapplers on the planet, especially now. Like I've really got my shit together in the last year, and I'm really training. And now I'm like actually working my cardio.
Wait a second, I heard your cardio. Tell me this is true, though, or is this just a rumor? I hear your cardio, your typical idea of the night before a match is you go out and you party. You fucking drink, you get lit up, and then you show up the next day and you win. You know, is that true? Is there truth to that?
There's very much so.
So you're a drinker, too. You're a drinker, smoker. You're doing it all.
Man, I've done a lot. And that's my story is that, like, this is my shtick that I have in the sport. Everybody calls me Jabroni. I don't know. My Instagram is Jabroni Grappler. And Jabroni, like, I don't know if you know where Jabroni comes from. The Rock made it famous. And it's like basically a tomato can, somebody who's supposed to lose. And I really play into this character because, like, genuinely, like, I should be this guy who, like, loses to all these guys. But I'm out here, like, catching these guys. Like, on any given day, I'm beating some of the best guys in the world.
Quick.
I talk myself into this position. Like with extremely high confidence in myself and like just knowing that like if I get myself in the right position, I can beat anybody on any given day. But everybody knows I'm this degenerate ass partier who doesn't train at all. Like I don't train like these guys do. I never worked on my cardio. Like I go out the night before, and like all these guys stress really hard about their routine, their diet, everything they do, and they probably stay up all night thinking about it before the tournament. And you guess what I'm doing? I'm fucking partying with my friends and like having fun and not thinking about anybody. Like these guys are laying in bed thinking about me. They're like, God damn, I hope I don't get fucking subbed by Jabroni Grappler tomorrow. And I'm getting fucked up with my friends, not even worried about it. You know, that's a mental competitive edge I've had on everybody I've ever grappled against, is that like I just don't care. Like I've been doing this shit for fun, and like I love this sport so much. I study it, and I know I'm good. I know I'm great in the positions that I'm good in, and I know I can find myself in those positions. I don't care if I'm hungover. I don't care if I only had an hour of sleep. It's like my shit is get in there and get it done quick. And if I don't get it done quick, you might beat me. You know, it's like you probably fucking my cardio's bad. Like, like if you can like
get me to the 5-minute mark, I'm in
like
trouble.
I'm probably gonna get you if you pass that minute mark. Like your chances of statistically like
have gone up.
Like of beating me just skyrocket, and everybody knows that.
Would they run away from you for a minute?
You just watch my shit. Everybody like that's why everybody loves my shit. Like everybody loves watching my shit. It's because I finish people really quick. I finish some of the best guys in the world in under 30 seconds. You know, I go in there like with a game face on of like, this is what we're doing. Like I'm gonna do this to you, and you're not gonna fucking stop me until my cardio gets out.
So you sit there and wonder, how good could I really be if I had some serious cardio?
For sure. And I've really been focused on my lifestyle and my relationship.
Have you ever showed up hungover though really bad, like and you get sick on the mat?
I've never thrown up on the mat. I've definitely like ran off after matches and shit myself and puked and like done all sorts of stuff. I did a tournament in Gatlinburg. It was a 3v3 tournament that I did a couple years ago, and I had to be in Gatlinburg at like 11 in the morning for this tournament, and it's already, and I'm sitting around with my friends like drinking, doing drugs, like we're up partying in the morning, and it's hitting like 6:30, 7:30 in the morning. I have to leave, and so I leave with this crazy girl I knew. Drove there, did this tournament with my friends, beat like some really good. I had 12 matches that day. 11 submissions, 0 hours of sleep, still fucked up, like wrecked.
Really?
It was the worst I've ever felt. And I think it was actually around that time when I was like, I called my coach and I was like, and I told him what I did. I didn't even have to tell him what I did. I told him, I was like, this is what I did, and I've never felt this bad in my life. And I was like, I'm gonna change, dude.
Did you?
Yeah, for sure. Like I've steadily been on a better path for sure. Like, do I like to drink and party a little bit? Yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah. I'm the most transparent person you'll ever
try
meet.
not to do it the night before your matches now.
I'm definitely not going to be doing that much anymore.
You stuttered a little bit. Like, you're like, maybe.
I mean, I haven't done it in a long time.
So
the weekend before is a little different, you know?
If I'm your competitor, I'm sending you the night before we grapple, I'm sending you a big bottle of Crown, some fucking weed, some Coke. I'm going to send you whatever I can to get you so fucked up that I'm going to run around for 2 minutes. And so you can't. You best
hope you can stay away from me for 2 minutes. Is all I gotta say. You know, it's like, and that's what they all like. My shtick that I go in like every time, and it's like it's gonna be so big. Like I'm about to get put on this character that I've put on, and it's not really a character. It's definitely a lot of very true parts of me that I put up there online. But obviously, I'm not this fucking monstrous asshole that I kind of do put out there online. You know, I talk shit to everybody. Like I'll sit there and just like. I comment back to everybody. Anybody who's talking shit or troll, like, that's just what I do.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Phil Benamino, CEO and founder of Cost Plus Processing, the company that provides financial services to your business. We provide things such as POS systems, ATM machines, and check services. One of the biggest things that we strive ourselves here at Cost Plus Processing is our customer service. We are an A+ rated with the BBB with customer service, and we're proud to say we're here in the United States with all of our customer service agents. Our objective is to actually teach you and educate you about the costs that you're currently paying and show you ways where you can eliminate those costs that you no longer have to pay. One of the biggest programs that are out there today is our dual pricing program, where you actually can offer your customers now a choice of how they want to pay. Do they want to pay with cash or do they want to pay with card? And if they pay with card, it actually helps you to absorb the card fees, so you no longer have to pay the fees like you've done for many, many years. Cost Plus Processing aligns ourselves with some of the top POS companies out there in the industry today. For example, we have perfected the car dealership industry, and our dedicated team are equipped to manage a variety of online payment forms and financing options that merchants require in this advanced ecosystem of payments. If you have a restaurant, we are proud to be able to manage the ongoing difficulties that arise from this fast-paced industry, and you're looking for pay at the table, where customers can easily swipe their cards, tap their cards, and make their payments with tip, and also have a choice of how they want to pay, we have the solutions for you here at Cost Plus. We want to help other small business owners make their dreams come true by providing the best financial support. From barbershops to liquor stores, having the ability to take payments scheduled online and make calculating tip sharing an easy task only helps business owners put more attention and money into what really matters the most. Also, Cost Plus Processing is on the front end of AI. We can also provide you kiosks for your business, so customers can walk over to the kiosk and order anything that they want. Likewise, if you're having problem getting employees in the kitchen to work, we can also provide you robots that will actually deliver your food straight to the customer. I want to thank you for the time that you took to learn a little bit about Cost Plus Processing, and most importantly, why we are the future of merchant processing.
You
But
enjoy
I'm not.
it. You
But I'm
enjoy
not
it.
really that guy. You know, like I just put it on this character, and it's done. Like everybody can talk all the shit they want, but look where it's got me. You know, like again, like UFC didn't call me because I'm a world
'Cause you
champion.
suck.
Because
But they didn't call you because you suck.
They
either.
didn't call me because I suck either, but they called me because I'm great on camera and I'm great at like presenting this idea of like jabroni grappler. Like, and my shtick is every time now is that like, yeah, you probably are better than me, but somebody here is gonna get got, and like, and everybody here hopes it's not them.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not here to win. Like, but I really am here to win now. You know, but it's still my shtick. It's like this is the character I go out there with and say like, yeah, I'm a degenerate. I probably shouldn't be here. I don't know why I'm here. I'm probably not going to win this, but everybody here's terrified that they're going to get got by me because it's embarrassing. Everybody hates losing to me. It's like,
Right.
I don't know why. It's just nobody wants to lose to me, man.
Well, let
Because
me
I have no credentials. Like I have, like I don't know.
Well, because I think to them it's probably a little disrespectful,
For
right?
sure.
This
For
freaking
sure.
guy's out partying the night before. He thinks I'm a nobody.
Yeah.
He doesn't respect me. He's not respecting
I mean,
the sport.
I mean, it's not about respect. It's like I don't respect them. Like I do generally as a competitor respect them. But
I love
like,
it. I'm sorry,
but,
but I'm just cracking up in there because I love you just so real. You're
But-
like, nah, fuck it. I'm good.
But I don't like if I'm gonna compete at my best and have confidence in what I do when I step out there on the mat. I do not respect you or your jiu-jitsu. Like I have no respect for anything you can do on the mat. I don't care about what you're gonna do. Like I'm not worried about what your jiu-jitsu is. That's why I try not to think about it. You know, if I'm just like dwelling on this idea of like, oh, he's really good at this, I need to fuck that, man. Like I don't respect this guy's jiu-jitsu. I'm gonna come in here and do what I do. You know, and that's why I've done so well. This has just always been my mindset. Anybody like you can beat me 10 times in a row, you won't beat me the 11th time, and all those 10 times were a fucking fluke. Every single one of them.
Yeah.
You know, it's like that's just the mindset I go in with every time, just to like have that game face. You know,
I like it. So does UFC, are they going to be testing and everything? Is there any testing or anything with that?
right off the bat when they hit me up, I was like, what's going on with drug testing?
Right.
Not because of weed. They don't. That's never. Like, I think they unbanned that like years ago.
Yeah, it's legal there.
But I've been on testosterone.
Shout out to the Diaz, right? Nate
Yeah,
and the
shout
boys.
out to the Diaz boys. I've been on testosterone for years, man. I've been prescribed it for. I've been on for probably 3 or 4 years now.
Yeah.
So like right off the bat, I was like, "Well, are y'all drug testing?" And they were like, "I don't know." And I was like, "Okay, I probably won't get on this if you are." But they hit me up and they were like, "Yeah, we are not going to be doing any drug testing for this show." They said going forward, like they're launching the UFC BJJ this year, but going forward in 2026, UFC BJJ will be testing for steroids and stuff, but they won't be testing for just testosterone.
Gotcha.
Which is good for me. I mean, I can't come off of it now. I could, but I'd be a frail little bitch. I've been on it for too long.
Yeah.
But so I guess they're just going to be testing levels of testosterone instead of just testing for testosterone. So they're going to be testing for any other anabolic steroid, but you can, if it's prescribed to you, and I'm sure UFC will just help you do it if you're sponsored athlete, they'll probably just provide you with testosterone, you know.
Sure.
But they're just going to be testing levels of testosterone, which I think they should. I'm wondering if they're going to bring that over into MMA.
Right,
You know what I
right.
mean? Like that could be crazy.
Yeah.
You know,
Talk about MMA a little bit.
because they're
You know-
probably all already doing it. They just know how to beat the test somehow. You know,
course.
and UFC's probably paying them, like providing them with the ability to be able to beat the test.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
UFC wants to win.
Right.
They want America to win. You know, they want their camps to win.
Yeah. Talk about MMA a little bit. Is that something you've ever thought about crossing over into, or what?
If they're not testing for testosterone, yeah, for sure, I'm going to.
Yeah? So you're not afraid to throw
and I'm
hands.
going to do it regardless. I can do it in some promotions that won't test. You know what I mean?
So throwing hands, you're all about it.
I'm not going to say I'm great at it, but I honestly hate getting punched, but I do want to test myself and go in there and see how well I can use my wrestling and my jiu-jitsu, because believe it or not, I know you see me sit on my ass and scoot towards people, but I can wrestle.
Yeah.
I've got decent judo, I've got decent wrestling, and that's what I've mainly been focused on in the gym for the last 2 years. You see me, everything I compete on, again, going back to what we were talking about, everything I compete in, it favors me to sit down and save energy, especially notoriously bad fucking cardio. You know what I mean? It's like, why would, if I got up there and stood up and wrestled with these guys, I would gas out in a couple minutes.
You got to be a coach's nightmare, man. Are you or what?
I mean, yeah, absolutely.
How does your coach
Call my coach Sean Applegate and ask him how I've been over the years. I have no fucking clue.
Is he bald now? He probably pulled his hair out, right? Because of you.
I have no fucking clue how this dude has put up with me for so many years, but he has, and
That's 'cause
I'm
you
just
see something
so
special in you, I'm sure.
so fucking thankful for him. He's watched so many ups and downs in my career and in my life, and he stuck around to like where I'm at now, and where I'm at now is just way different than just where I was 2 years ago. You know,
Yeah.
I said it was around that time about 2 years ago. I was like, okay, I'm gonna clean my lifestyle up and really focus on what I love. You know, jiu-jitsu.
Jiu-jitsu, that's it.
Yeah.
So how is your cardio today? You said you made some changes.
We're
what kind of
working on it,
changes
man.
are you working on?
We're working on it, man.
You on the streets running? What are you doing?
I'm at peak kinetic fitness, you know,
right.
with our boys over there, man.
Yeah.
My boy Gannon and John Hampton, they be yelling at me and making me feel bad.
They do that. But they know how to get results, man. They do get they get
real
big
big
results
shout
over
out to
there.
those guys. Those
Yeah.
guys know what they're doing, and they're like, if you're in the Chattanooga area, you're an athlete, you want some extra work, off season, or you just want that extra competitive edge, you know, like you go there and they're going to write a plan specifically for you and your sport and like really work with you. Just big shout out to those guys. I came to them just a few weeks ago when UFC called me, and I was like, okay, well, this is big. I've never had anything this big call me. And then they told me the criteria and stuff is like the 3 5-minute rounds. So I was like, okay, I'm going to actually have to have some cardio. They're inviting the best guys on the planet, like the best grapplers on the planet are going to be in this shit.
That's good.
And I was like, okay, well, let's go like do, and I've been meaning to get over there, but just open my business, just open my gym up. I've been broke as hell just running my business.
Yeah. What's your gym?
Southside Kazushi Clubs in Chattanooga. I say it's in Chattanooga, Tennessee. I'm marketing all in Chattanooga, Tennessee, but it's literally right on the border of Tennessee. It's in Rossville, Georgia.
Okay. Yeah.
I've been meaning to get over to Kinetic here in the last like 6 months. I've just been real busy and broke. And then I called them up, and so they worked out something with me, and they've been helping me out.
Yeah, they're great. They've been on the pod
It's going to
too,
be
man. Great guys.
It's going to be a consistent thing for me now. I'm really feeling good. Like my cardio had already tremendously improved over the last 6, 7, 8 months because I've been really like focused on my gym and my relationship with my fiance. And
are you willing to give up the smoke?
no, that one. I mean, like,
so they got to work that in the cardio plan. They got to know
that
because
doesn't
smoke
that
does
doesn't-
affect you. It affects your lungs, man.
Yeah,
It affects
I
oxygen.
don't smoke weed. I vape it.
Okay.
I'm actually allergic to weed. That's a funny story. I'm allergic
Really?
to marijuana. Like I really am.
How'd you find that out? Did you break out one night?
I moved to Oregon when I was 20. I was 19 going on 20, and lived out there for a few years. I was living on some weed farms out there, growing weed. But right before I moved out there, I was like having allergic shit, like allergies to some things, and I was kind of in denial about it. I was like, is it the weed that's causing it? And I was in denial about it. And then when I moved out there, day one, I got there and I like walked in a greenhouse and started touching some plants and started breaking out in hives and stuff. So I had to wear long sleeves and wear masks and stuff the entire time I was out there working. And to this day, like, I just don't like the flower itself fucks with me more than anything. So when they turn it into like oil, like just like stuff that you can vaporize, just like concentrated oil, it doesn't fuck with me as much. So it's like got to be the plant matter or something that fucks with me.
Yeah. Sounds that way.
But I wouldn't say it affects my cardio that much. I've vaped nicotine too. It definitely affects my cardio, but like, I can tell I'm doing way, way better just from like not drinking all the time, not hitting my vape as much, like not being out drinking at the bars and doing drugs and like just consistently training. Like
that'll mess you up a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. You know, it was like
you get away with it for a little while, but now when you're going against
my
the
body's
best.
wrecked, dude. I spent 10 years doing jiu-jitsu really hardcore, but also partying hardcore. Like I've got a combined 100 years of like hard jiu-jitsu under me, like from the amount of partying and hard jiu-jitsu I've done. Like it's,
so let me ask
crazy.
you, what kind of guy are you when you are partying? Are you a dick or man? Or are you fun?
I'm fun.
You're a fun guy.
Fun.
Okay, so it doesn't affect you like
nah,
that. So
it don't
you're not a
affect me
troublemaker.
like,
You're not
no,
starting trouble.
I've never been a troublemaker.
I didn't know. Like Matt. I know Matt was saying he goes in bars, he gets agitated at people.
Yeah,
he'll get fights. You know what I'm saying?
Matt's always been
He's
like
gonna clean.
that.
He's
He's
gonna
told
clean
me
the
a lot
bar
of
up.
stories. I've been in a couple fights out of the bars over the years, but I mean that's 15 years of being out of the bars. But it's always been me breaking up fights. I've never started a fight or approached a situation. It's always been me stepping in and trying to help some people and stop some things. And I've done really well with that. You know, jiu-jitsu's slick for that. I'm just like the ninja in the corner who's like, oh, who should I just fucking sleep real quick? You know,
you got a nickname besides Jabroni?
Not really. That one. And honestly,
You're not like the Viper or something, you know. You're slick. You put people to sleep. And
everybody
shit.
says I look
like a snake?
like I strike like a snake because I'm very like.
So you know I'm playing Vinny the Viper in a movie coming up, Blood Money 2.
Vinny the Viper.
Vinny the Viper. Yeah.
Blood Money 2.
Blood
Okay,
Money 2. We're actually starting film right when you'll be at the UFC. We start film on the 30th. It's actually here in Georgia.
Oh, okay.
So they're filming here for 3 weeks.
Have you been in a movie
Georgia.
before?
I was in the first one. I came in, did a cameo.
Okay.
And they liked what they saw, and
Nice.
now I'm in the second one. So,
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's
so
cool.
I'm the mobster.
I have
from New
not
York.
seen
Imagine
Blood
that.
Money, but what is this about?
Yeah, it's it's drugs. It's
Yeah.
it's the mob. It's doing.
Do you drink?
Do I drink?
No. Yeah.
I do.
You drink?
I do. Yeah.
You party back in the day?
Oh yeah. I
yeah.
think we all had our times with it.
Yeah.
But I realize as you get older too, your body really doesn't like that shit.
Yeah, my body
You know,
really started.
the
not liking that
inflammation
shit.
now is just not worth it.
I can't even, dude. I'm one of these weird people. You can ask my fiance. I genuinely thrive off like 4 or 5 hours of sleep every night. Like,
Yeah. That's a good night for me.
I don't drink energy drinks. Like, I just like, there's just something in me that wants to go and go and go and like learn more and learn more. And it's always been there. And I've always like just kind of stunted that with alcohol and partying. Like I've just always had this energy in me of like, let's do something, let's have fun. And now I'm like, and now that I'm not doing that, I literally can't sleep, man. Like
Right.
I just wake up and I can't sleep,
You
man.
got the energy.
I have to do something. I have to clean my house. I have to start watching jiu-jitsu. I have to start doing something. Like it drives my fiance insane that I can't just like lay down and like sleep in the bed with her. You know, it's like I get 4, 5, 6 hours max, and it's like, for one, I've done so much damage to my body with jiu-jitsu, and especially like you see my style, like how my style has been before I started wrestling and stuff. My style was like what we call inverted, where I like let people stack my hips over my neck, like I'm on bottom and I'm literally inverted. Super bad for your neck and your lower back, man. I have to get out of bed every morning and get on my foam roller and start stretching, and like I can't walk. Like
Yeah.
I literally
You got a good chiropractor friend?
I have a good chiropractor. I haven't seen him in a minute. There's a girl that's actually just offered to sponsor me up in Chattanooga who does really good body work, and my fiance does pretty good body work too.
Nice.
But yeah, lower back.
tell you what,
I got to
man.
get out of bed and fucking do something.
There are some good people. Brett Molden there, over there. He's in Chattanooga. He does cupping. He does acupuncture and stuff like that. It really helps.
Yeah.
You know, if you ever get wound up and
What's his
stuff,
name?
I'm sure Brett. So I have to give him a shout out there. He's worked on my shoulder and stuff, and really brought it back, believe it or not. So
Nice.
yeah, acupuncture does some stuff to you that's different.
Yeah.
You know, you're getting those needles and stuff in your body.
Yeah,
But
I haven't had any acupuncture in a minute. I've done like dry needling. It's been a little bit too since I had some dry needling. That shit hurts.
yeah.
My girl did some cupping on me just the other night, and I got some good little bruising up here under my.
Look at that.
Under my chest.
Look at that. Huh? We got a little bit too there. We can
You ever
compare.
like? Do you have like little blood clots pop out?
Oh,
like
yeah,
dude,
mine's
that
a-
shit
mine's a
hurts
dark
so
red, bro.
bad. It's like sometimes
red.
she'll hit some spots and like these little balls just pop up and come to the surface, and then she'll get the scraper and scrape that shit out.
You brought shit up. We
Oh,
got to see the
man,
tattoo now.
okay,
No, we got
okay,
to zoom in on the tattoo there. We're gonna talk
haven't
about
seen
that.
this?
No, I haven't seen that. So we got to show this,
This
man.
is really dumb. So
This is one of the party nights. What do we got here?
she got an actual camel toe, like her toes right there.
Yeah.
So this is just a naked girl with a stormtrooper helmet on. I was 18. It was my 18th birthday.
Pull the mic back in.
Oh, sorry.
It's all right.
It was my 18th birthday, and I was working at Taco Bell.
Taco
Yeah, I
Bell.
was working at Taco Bell in Lafayette, Georgia. And one of my dumbass buddies who also worked at Taco Bell that wasn't working at the moment came through the drive-thru while I was working, and I was like, yo, it's my birthday. And he was like, yo, dude, when you get off, come to my house. I'll give you a tattoo. He was just a dumbass drug addict, honestly.
Yeah.
And a really shitty tattoo artist. But and I was like, sure. I went over there with this idea of what I wanted, and then he was like getting his shit together, and he's like, you can look through my drawing book while I'm like warming my gun up and doing all my shit. And I saw that, and I was like, that's actually pretty cool. I want a smaller version of it somewhere else, but the dude convinced me to get it on my side. It was terrible. It was like you can still feel the lines on it. Like he went. This is over 10 years ago.
Yeah.
You still feel the lines on it, and I've been meaning to like get it fixed. Like I don't want to cover it up, but I want to like fix it and make it look better.
So let me ask you: being in the UFC, are you shirtless, or are they? What are they doing there with that?
They're gonna. I'm sure they're
the
gonna
whole world's
provide.
gonna see that, anyways.
I mean, the world has seen it. If you follow me,
they need the story now. The
oh
story
yeah,
behind it.
they if you follow me on Instagram or just a fan of me, like everybody's seen the tattoo, and everybody every time I'm around new people or new followers and stuff, I'm always getting comments like, "What's with the tattoo? What is that shit?" Wild times.
Yeah. You know, looking at some of your IGs and stuff, now you're starting to teach it a little bit. You started teaching some of your form and
Yeah.
I've seen some of your technique and what you look for. Do you ever worry about that you're actually giving out your secrets to other competitions?
Yeah, for sure, man. I've definitely held back over the years of like throwing stuff out there because like my stuff is very different. My stuff has always been very different and very manipulative. Like the way I move is very manipulative. Like I'm very good at manipulating people into moving the way I want them to, you know. And that's a lot of the secret. That's a lot of the secret sauce of like what I do. So I don't really teach that much. You know, I'll show some moves. And just like the stuff I learned is from my coach Sean. Like, I don't know. I just think it's really valuable, and I don't want to give it to people for free. So I'm very, very limited on what I show on that side of
You're
my
gonna sell a
jiu-jitsu.
course or something, maybe?
For sure.
Yeah.
But I'm waiting, and
Yeah.
and I'm glad I haven't done it yet. I've had many offers to do things like BJJ Fanatics years ago offered me a deal to do a DVD, but they wanted half, which I think that's pretty standard. But I've heard like all sorts of other people I know, people that I beat, fuck up in training and stuff. They get offered like 10, 15 grand up front to do a DVD, and I'm just like, no. And I've had other people offer me to do it on their website and
DVDs
stuff.
are gone now. You know that, right?
But it's like it's all digital. It's all
Right,
digital
exactly.
DVDs. Just instructionals. But
No, you do it yourself, man. Make all that money.
I've just been waiting, man, because like I said, like I only have 12,000 followers on Instagram. I've never done what everybody told me I should have done. Like my career has been very unique. Like all these promotions, this isn't. I've like there's two really main things that people give a fuck about in jiu-jitsu, and if you don't have that, they call you trash, and they say you're garbage. And that's in ADCC trials. Like you've done good at ADCC trials, or been to ADCC itself and done good there and have a title, or if you have a world championship title in IBJJF. In my entire life, I've had coaches, I've had the internet, I've had everybody tell me that I had to do those things to be successful and to get people to respect me. And for the most part, they were right on the respect part, you know, like definitely nobody is like respecting me in the sport all these years. But now they fucking are, you know, like, but I didn't do that shit. It's like, I sat here and I repped my boy Josh LeDuc. I repped fucking Brandon McCatherine with PGF. I repped high rollers, you know, I did all the things that people told me not to do. And I was just myself. I was true to myself my whole career. I didn't post corny fucking jiu-jitsu videos online. I didn't sell myself. Like I stayed true to myself and I did what I wanted to do. And I really shined and was able to create this character and create this momentum for myself that has obviously led to an invite from the UFC, you know?
Dude, I love
and that's
that.
the story. It's like I'm this hometown kid that everybody said that like I had to do these things. I had to go do this traditional route to be successful in the sport or at all, you know? And now look at me. I've got my gym open and it's doing well. I'm getting offers from the UFC. Craig Jones is in my DMs, convincing me, trying to like tell me stuff about the like I got offers, you know. Right. I got people hitting me up. I got people asking me for seminars. You know, I'm making some noise. I'm starting to actually put my foot down and doing it my way, you know.
That's what I was just going to say. There's a singer that I know, Elvis, who did it his way, and that's what you're doing. I
never bought followers on Instagram, you know, like I never did anything. All of my 12,000 followers now is like all organic growth over the years. And it's like, I can truly say, I know that at least like 10,000 of those people are like true fans of me. You know, it's like a lot of people can't say that and they've got 100,000 followers.
Right.
They did all this shit and bought followers and got bots and
different things
all sorts of shit. Like, no, I've got at least 10,000 true fucking followers out there that love my shit.
Yeah.
And 10,000 people is enough to like,
that's right.
Start, you know.
But once they see you on
and
the
Grappler, I've really been holding out on all my shit. Is where I think I was going with all this. Is I've been really holding out on selling courses and selling stuff with my face on it and selling any kind of jabroni brand or like anything. I've really held out on it, and I think I'm really going to start doing that after this show.
Absolutely,
you know? It's like everybody's asking me for it. I've been teasing people for years, telling I'm working on instructional. And I really was, but then I just got lazy and didn't do it. And like, I've been teasing people for so long that I really think when I finally drop some merch and a course or something, that it's going to do really well, especially after the show.
Yeah,
you know?
Absolutely, man.
And then I can just give a big fucking, this is my thing.
There's your logo. There it is. There's Jabroni right there.
Right here. Like, this is what made the PGF popular, was me flipping the camera off and just calling my shots and just being a badass on the mats, you know, and just not giving a fuck and playing this character, you know. It's what made this promotion big. It's what made UFC call me. You know?
Nice. Who did you look up to in jiu-jitsu? Like, who are some of your idols? Some of the people that you would, you know, say, man, if I could have a career like this person, I've done it.
I mean, I'd have to say, like, even if like you can't fucking stand the dude, I know you met Gordon and like you say he's an upright dude. I know he is, but there's just a lot of shit in the community and nobody really likes him anymore. Yeah. Just from a lot of shit that he's done with his little brother. And we don't even have to get into that, but where are we going?
Some of your idols.
Oh yeah, I looked up to Gordon for a long time. Yeah. I looked up to Gordon for a really long time. Like, and I think regardless of what anybody says now, if they don't like him anymore, like I'm pretty sure everybody in my position that's trying to be a professional grappler and make something in the sport, they all looked up to Gordon because guess what? Gordon paved the way for us to be able to fucking do this. You know, like nobody did it before he did it. Yeah. He paved the way for us to be able to come in here and make money off of grappling. You know, he's the first person to ever get $1 million deal from anybody or make $1 million off of selling instructionals or teaching seminars or, you know, like it's crazy.
Right. What about Gracie though? Gracie's made some millions doing it, for sure.
Not just by grappling. Yeah. The Gracies have made millions through their name and affiliations in their schools, which Gordon hasn't even started. Like he just started his school. Nobody can say that they became a millionaire from just their grappling, like just from stepping on the mat and grappling. Sure. Yeah. Nobody's done that but Gordon, and maybe Craig has done it at this point, but like I don't think so. Yeah. And I guess Nicky Rod and fucking Cade Ruotolo can say they did it too because they both won $1 million at CJI. But yeah, it's just awesome. Like from just grappling. That's crazy.
Sure.
I made $1 million from just stepping on the mat and grappling. Like how far it's come in the last 10 years. 10 years, somebody would have called you fucking crazy.
Right.
You know, they would have been like, you're an idiot. Like, and people did. People called me crazy. People called me an idiot. Like, there's no
Everybody
money.
thinks
There's
you're
no money.
delusional until it's working, man.
Absolutely, man. Everybody thought I was fucking insane. Like, God, I don't think I forgot, guys. Like, people have been in my inbox for years trying to get me to come and teach seminars or show up and do their tournament. And I'm like, I know I sound like a dick, but I'm like, $1,000 to show up. I will show up for $1,000 and my flight covered and my stay covered, and people laugh at me. And I'm just like, man, like I can't come out here for free. Like,
Right.
You want me on your show, you want the talent on your show, you want this figure on your show. Like, I've put in the work, I know my value. I want $1,000, and that's not much.
You're gonna 10x that after the.
I'm gonna
after the
10x
show.
this. Yeah, it's like now you want me. Now you see my face everywhere. It's like I will not forget the people who laughed at me when I told them I wanted $1,000 to show up. You
There you
know, it's
go.
like now I can ask for whatever the fuck I want. You know,
There you go.
maybe not. I can't ask for whatever
Well,
the fuck I want.
but
But
you
it's
know
like
what?
now
You
I'm
know,
now
again,
I'm
you're
getting
staying
$1,000
true.
to show up. Like, and that even though again that's still not much money. It's like I stayed true to myself this whole time, and I didn't. Like, I did not show up for less than $1,000.
Right.
Many times I've given up many opportunities that I had to go do things because I was just stayed true to myself. It's like, no, I know I'm worth this. I'm not bending for anybody, you know.
So tell the viewers real quick. The show's gonna be taped when?
They are taping it May 20th through the 30th, I think, or maybe the 21st to the 28th. I'm going to be there from the 20th to the 30th
Of May.
Yeah.
And then the show's gonna actually air. What's it gonna be on?
I think it's going to be, I have no clue. You know, I'm still in the dark about a bunch of this stuff,
Gotcha.
man. I haven't even signed a contract or anything. I assume I'm going to do that when I get there. But they've confirmed that I've made it all the way through. They haven't even sent me my plane ticket, and I'm supposed to leave in 12 days.
That's UFC though.
That's UFC,
Yeah.
you know,
the
so
week of, you'll get it.
yeah. I'm hoping that I'm even allowed to fucking talk about this by the time that this podcast should come out. You know, it's like, I'll have to let you know if it's like,
Well, the good news
I
is
have a feeling they're
good news you didn't sign any paperwork yet,
yeah,
so you're
yeah.
good.
Yeah, for sure.
So, well, listen, man. Anything you want to tell the younger viewers out there, kids out there that are looking up to you and hearing your story now? I know there's some things you'd be like, don't fucking do drugs, kids. Don't go out there and do that shit. Just because he did it and he got away with it doesn't mean it's a good formula.
Yeah, for sure, man. Like, man, if you want to be the best and you want to just be consistent in your lifestyle. I'm not going to tell you don't party and don't have fun, because like I also, like, a big thing, like, while I've gone through my career, was that I didn't want to get to 50, 60 years old, or even just be on my deathbed one day and be like, damn, I spent so much time neglecting my family, my friends, my relationships. Just like, don't do that, you know, like, have fun while you're doing it. But like, if you want to be great, like, be consistent in your training, but have balance in your life, you know?
Amen. There you have it, folks. If you want to be great, be consistent. And you know, as your boy Wham Bam always says, if your life was a movie, would it be worth watching? And if the answer is no, then stop being ordinary and start being extraordinary. Till next Wednesday, baby, stay positive and keep testing negative. I'm your boy Wham Bam, and I'm out.